Hey, I'm Ellen Watson, and I'm talking today about Esalen Massage. Esalen Massage is a signature of Esalen Institute in Big Sur, California. Esalen Institute is a retreat center and training center for consciousness studies, the somatic arts, and the arts and sciences that aren't traditionally found in the university setting. And I've had the great privilege of being there for 30 years as a student, on the faculty, in the administration, and now I travel and teach and go back and practice massage at the sanctuary that are the Esalen Hot Springs Baths, and I lead programs in various modalities of moving meditation practice. Esalen Massage was developed, or I'll say it has evolved as a moving meditation practice from the rhythms of the Pacific Ocean, which are right beside Esalen. And those rhythms have a unique relationship with the 5 elements. That there are times when the ocean is as still as a clear lake, no sound, no movement perceptible to the eye. And there are times when the waves are 30 feet high, crashing up and over the cliffs, and everything in between. And our massage, our style, our approach, and our philosophy contains that variety, that breadth and depth that are found in the rhythms of nature and in the mighty Pacific Ocean. In the 70s and the 60s, when Esalen began in 1962, there was a wildness in our culture, a breaking loose from post-World War II, I'll just say structure. In the counterculture of the 60s, when the Vietnam War was causing so much dissent in our culture, Esalen opened and became a healing ground for, and a voice for this movement toward a more respectful, global, international understanding of how humanity is related and interdependent, rather than as America being the mighty power. So in those tumultuous times when there was so much change afoot and upheaval, our practices began. And so much of what began there in the 60s has emerged and become part of our culture now in ways known and unknown. Yoga, Hatha Yoga, the practice of the physical asana known as yoga, was popular at Esalen during those times when it was considered quite esoteric and occult by many of the more traditional population in the U.S. And along with, I'll just say, Esalen was founded by 2 men who had a shared vision for bringing Eastern thought to the West, for confluence of the Eastern and Western way. And one wanted a conference center where people talked, and the other wanted a highly experiential retreat for people seeking asylum from the structure of traditional society. So those 2 men allowed their dreams to merge, and that was the founding of Esalen. And I went to Esalen to seek asylum, to have continuing education, to heal myself from choices I had made in my life, as well as the issues that arose from my family of origin. And when I landed there as a seminarian to take a workshop, I ended up staying for several weeks and taking numerous programs, and realized that this was it. I had found what I needed. And what I needed was healing in all ways. I needed healing physically, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, and I needed skilled professionals to help me go through a series of rebirths, of giving birth to a new part of myself. This cycle of death, rebirth is found in nature, moment to moment. And we can say in some small way that each time we go to bed at night, we die and are reborn as we waken in the morning. So I went through countless and numerous experiences as I let go of the past, of trauma and drama. I was a drama queen, and I learned in being present in the moment, that I can tolerate most anything. And in doing so, I let go more quickly and don't hold on to the story that holds so many of us captive. And I did this through breathwork, learning about breath, conscious breathing. I learned to fall in love with my breath, to know it intimately, to allow it to inform all that I practice and teach today. Learn that most of us don't take a deep breath very often unless we're actively running. And that is the core of a hatha yoga practice, of the 5 rhythms dance meditation practice, of which I am a student and teacher, of my own dance teaching practice, which is called spirit dance. The word spirit means breath, ultimately, bringing breath into the body, inspired by creation. And in most languages around the world, the word spirit is synonymous with breath. So whether I teach dance or whether I teach people to use sound to heal, the vibration of sound moving through our bodies heals organs, bones, tissues, and song, chanting and singing. I'm not a trained musician, though I have learned that I have a voice that has healing qualities, both for me and for others. I use my voice in my work with touch, with massage. I use it in my work with movement, and I use it in breath work, in helping people move through their issues through activating breath, using music and I guess permission, curiosity and permission to allow us to re-enter. We can say that our life, our history, is stored in our body, breath by breath by breath. So by activating breath, including music that moves through our energy systems, our chakra systems, and using skilled facilitation with the body, we can heal and let go of any past trauma. I mentioned death, rebirth, that we can die in some traditions and some belief systems, that we accumulate trauma and karma from lives lived before, and that we bring that in to continue healing in this life. So whether that belief system is one that you incorporate or not, that breath work can heal biographical trauma, issues, unfinished scenarios from our lives. The word Gestalt means form in German, and a Gestalt is completing a form, or any, we can say cooking a meal can be a Gestalt, that you begin by getting out the ingredients and by planning your meal and moving through the chopping, and then it comes to a critical mass as all of the preparation becomes the meal, and then there's a lightness as you serve it and a pleasure as we give thanks for it. And so making love has a beginning and a middle and an end, unless the baby cries and you have to get up and you don't complete it. So that becomes an incomplete Gestalt. And in that way, everything that we do, from waking to sleeping, has an opportunity to be a complete Gestalt. So from our birth to the moment, to this very moment, we have some that are complete and are in and of themselves on the shelf, a complete memory. And then we have those that are left hanging, unfinished business. So through dance, through movement, through yoga, through massage, through various somatic practices, Reiki and Breathwork, or the Ridwan school, which brings in Reiki and Breathwork and Sufi self-remembering exercises, and the Enneagram of consciousness, of the cosmology of the universe brought into how our ego is structured and our defensive mechanisms are built, along with a path of how to, through breath and through reprogramming how we speak to ourselves, letting go and incorporating, actually becoming a permeable, malleable substance, embodying our essence. Our soul becomes the radiant quality that people see when they see us. Our aura is enhanced. So that's what we're bringing to Croatia and to the world out of this one small place on the coast of California that is about to celebrate its 50th anniversary in 2012. In the fall of 2012, Esalen becomes 50. And so many of us who grew up there, who matured there and healed there, now take our work internationally, out into the world in various forms, whether it be movement, or somatic integration, or neural somatic integration, or spirit dance, soul song, holotropic breathwork, soul motion is another movement form that emerged from Esalen that is a moving meditation practice. I mentioned previously the 5 rhythms, which has moved around the globe, and there are now over 400 of us who pass this on to beginners and to people who, you can get a PhD now in consciousness studies at different universities in California. So I'm here to entice you and to invite you to join us in one of our programs in Croatia, or in Bali, or at Esalen, or at other inspiring locations around the globe.